Hey, aloha, everybody. How we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited you guys are here for our Friday Marketing Live Jam session. What's up, everybody? Nick is on a virtual mastermind right now, so it's just going to be me running the show today. Got my Q Life beard going. What's up, Dorn? Hey, aloha, Zach. Good to see you, man. Hey, aloha, Jacqueline. Yeah, Cameron's hanging out in the comments. Hey, aloha, Shan, Jen, Megan, Billy. Wow, lots of familiar faces. Woo, excited you guys are all here. Yeah, so it's just going to be me running solo today, but I've got my iced tea, and we are going to have a great show. Hey, Mike, aloha, Bill. Welcome. Super excited. Super excited you guys are all here. Hey, aloha, Patty. Cool. Hey, Patty, I saw your email and I will answer it. We just have been really swamped today. So I actually had an interview. Somebody interviewed me for their podcast this morning at 6:30 Hawaiian time, and then we have this virtual mastermind going on. So I've been on that, and then I just stepped away to do this live, and then I'm going back to the mastermind. So I'm sure Nick's getting a lot of info. We're going to be able to share with you guys actionable things you can do. Those meetings are always great. So cool. Yeah, it is a pretty awesome mastermind. Cool. Hey, aloha, Noah. Aloha, Dorn. Sweet. Well, I think what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to get cracking because we have a ton of shark shout outs today. It's like, it has been so awesome to see all the people in our tribe, in our community, taking action, getting clients. Like it's amazing, right? Even with this current situation going on, right? Like a time when I think most of us thought it was going to be really hard sledding. It's turning out to be a really, um, you know, when you have the right approach and you're out there taking action and you're bringing value, like you're able to help, and that results in clients. So let's do some shark shout outs. Let me find here we go. Shark shout outs. Awesome. You can see my chocolate shark in the background there. Oh, can you see that? See my chocolate shark in the background there? Awesome. Okay, so we are going to start off our shark shout outs with, is this here? Daniel Barley. So a big, I guess you guys need to see my screen, right? So here, let me share that. I'm going to have to share my entire screen. It's going to look a little funky in the beginning, but here we go. All right, here we go. So our first shark shout out of today goes to Daniel Barley. And Daniel said, I got my first client. My pain management doctor hired me to build his website, do reputation management, and manage his Facebook. Stoked. Daniel, awesome job. And what I really love about this post, and this is something that we talk about in our trainings, and we even did a training a while back, like how to get your first 3 clients. And one of the things we always talk about when you're trying to get your first clients is like starting with businesses that you do business with, right? Like that's a great place to start because those people, they know you already, right? You already have some kind of relationship with them because you do business with them. And this is a great example of that, right? So Daniel has a pain management doctor, and he was able to get him to hire him to do the marketing. So awesome work, Daniel. I'm going to give you a like there. And then Daniel had a follow up to this as well, which was, hey, sold and delivered my first website with a check for $1,800 and first month of social media management. Great feeling. So I love that. I love that. I love this GIF here, the shark eating ice cream. That's awesome. Yeah. So Daniel, man, congratulations. Really awesome. Really, really awesome. I'm going to close these out. Now I can't see your guys' comments and stuff right now because I'm sharing my screen. So I'll get back to those here in just a second. All right, so our next shout out goes to JC Soto. So JC, man, he said, look, very happy to have my company's restaurant online ordering system mentioned in the news. You can read the whole article here. Like, that is amazing, right? So JC is, helping restaurants in his local area, and it actually got him media coverage on the local news station. And this is something Nick and I have talked about before as well, right? Like, if you're following, if you're doing something in your local community to help local businesses, you're working with people, you should let your local newspaper, your local news outlets know what you're doing. Those stories can make the news, right? Not guaranteed, but they can make the news. A press release, something like that. So this is really awesome. JC's doing an online ordering system, right, and got it in the news. So great work, JC. Great work. And we're actually, by the way, just so you guys know, so tomorrow we're doing a training at 3 p.m. Eastern, and this is one of the things that we're going to be talking about. So really awesome. Way to go, JC. Let's do another shout out here to Noah. Aloha, Noah. I know Noah is right here on Maui with Nick and I, and he said just got off the phone with his second new client, $1,000 client secured. Way to go, Noah. That is really awesome. Here, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute because I want to look at your guys' comments and see what we have cooking here to make sure. Lots of shout outs to Daniel. Yeah, the whole news thing is really super awesome, right? Yeah. So Alistair, this is awesome, man. So Alistair in the comments says, look, hey guys, had my AGM site listing tell me that she had gained a new client that found her through his AGM site. Way to go, Al. Man, that a great feeling? Awesome feeling, Alistair. That's awesome. Yeah. Yes, Ursula, you've got to get your AGM site set up. Get it going. Oh, he said my mic is low. Hold on. Let me try this. I may have the sound turned down a little. Hold on. Inputs. Oh, nope, it's up all the way. How's that? Is that better, guys? Does that sound a little better? I've got the input volume up at 100%, so hopefully that's good. I'm using a different mic, so I just put the headphones on today instead of using the big podcaster mic. So hopefully that's good. Cool. Awesome. So Alistair, way to go. Let's see. Declan, way to go. Noah. Dorn says, I sound tunnelish. There's a little echo. Yeah, that could be. Hold on. Let me check something here. Hold on 1 second, guys. I think I know what the issue is. There you go. How's that? That should be a lot better. I forgot to change my microphone in the settings. There we go. Okay. Cool. I forgot to change my microphone in the settings, so it's so crazy. Look how far this microphone is for me, and that's what you guys were hearing me through. Wow, I talked so loud. Yeah, so I had the headphones on. They're like, thanks for telling me. Holy cow, I can't believe, that's an omnidirectional mic. I can't believe that was picking me up in the room so long, huh? Wow, awesome. Okay, cool. So we're back. All right, okay, right. So we did our shout outs. We got Noah, we had Daniel, we had JC, right? Yeah, yes, Megan, there is sound. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Cool. I forgot that I was using a different mic, so I didn't switch it out. Awesome. So now we're good. Cool. All right. I'm actually Okay, so let's go back to our shark shout outs. I'm going to share my screen again. Here we go. All right. Our next shout out goes to Andy Makar, my buddy Andy. So Andy lives in Michigan, and Andy is also a magician. And Andy knows Cameron, and I know Andy as well from when I lived in Michigan. And he just started, found our group and started coming in, and he does some client work. He's a project manager. And Andy shared in the group, he said, today I picked up a new client through my personal network. It was a good reminder that finding new clients isn't always via a cold call. Check your professional network, and there are definitely opportunities to help small businesses. Andy, right on, man. Like, yeah, again, just like we said before with Daniel, like the first place I would be looking if I didn't have any clients is in the people that I know, or the people that I know, the people they know, right? Like, I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy, right? So if you don't have any, if you don't know any business owners among your direct friends, start asking your friends, do they know any business owners that they can put you in contact, give you a warm introduction, right? Or, you can check out, maybe join an online business group, something like that can help as well. But look in your personal network, look at the businesses that you already do business with, though that's low hanging fruit for bringing on a new client. So, awesome, Andy. It's good to see you in the group. And then we've got a shark shout out to Ron Cunningham. Ron says, look, I love it when I see a post like this, totally unsolicited. So this is like his AGM site, right? So they were sharing that, which is really awesome. Way to go, Ron. Ron has always taken massive action. Super cool. Way to go, Ron. Let's see. Another shark. I told you we had a lot of shark shout outs today. I think we got two here. There's Ron's again. Let's see this one. Dorn. Our buddy Dorn. For those of you that are in the Shark Alliance, we just did a interview with Dorn this past Monday, and talked about what he's doing in his agency. Man, he's absolutely crushing it. He's bringing on salespeople. Like, it's really awesome to watch. So Dorn said, just another boring day in paradise. Another client who wanted email and was upsold into a website redesign, PPC, and a ring bot. So Dorn, reaching out with us, foot in the door offer, email, and then upselling into other services and higher price things. So Dorn, way to go. We've got our little throw money at you graphic right here. I love looking at these. GIFs. It always cracks me up. That's awesome. Way to go, Dorn. And Dorn, just so you know, I mailed your book off yesterday or the day before. So you should be getting it beginning of next week. Nick and I signed it for you. So really awesome. Way to go, Dorn. And if you're in the Shark Alliance Plus or the Elite and you haven't listened to the interview we did with Dorn, you should do that. Really, really awesome. And this was really great. Dorn, we didn't have a button, so Dorn made his own button for 53rd client secured, which I thought was Greg. I thought was great. So we wanted to give you a shout out, Dorn, for making your own button. That's an action taker right there, an initiative. So way to go. Way to go, Dorn. I love that one. Let's see. Our next shark shout out goes to James Healy. And he said, look, all right, I got my first SEO client and I've barely gotten started in the Fusion setup, and I should be able to boost his ranking. He's currently number 10 on page 1 of a Google search for his main keyword. Hey, so there's a good point here. First of all, James, man, huge shout out for getting your first SEO client. That's really great. Like right out of the gate. That's awesome. Another thing I want to point out about this post from James is that, when you're looking at clients that you can help, like this is probably going to be a really a quicker win for James in being able to deliver results than someone who's not ranking at all, because they already have traction, right? They're already at number 10 on page 1, which they might as well, probably not even be on the page. Like very few people click the number 10 results. So these people, like they're so close to getting their goal, it's got to be super annoying to them that they're not
moving up in the rankings. And so it makes it easier for you as an SEO to get these people results, and you can usually do it faster when they already have traction. But it also, like these clients that are just, on the edge like this really know they need help. So James, way to go. Not going to read the rest of that. You guys can check out James' post in here. Really awesome, though. I know I have another shout out here, and then I'm going to go look at your guys' comments. So our last shark shout out goes to Devendra. I hope I said that right, Devendra. He said, check out the Facebook page I created for my agency Growth Machine listing website. I'd really appreciate if everyone could hit the like button for me to help. This, again, first of all, awesome taking action, creating the Facebook page, right? Second, I'm going to like it for you. Make sure I do that. So, really great. And look, it's really great how you're using our community too, right? To get some traction, get some engagement with your Facebook page. And awesome work, Devendra. Awesome work. All right. So that is our shout outs. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can check your comments. Ooh, all right. That was a lot of shark shout outs today, man. Let's see, what do you guys have to say here in the comments? And then we are going to take some questions, and I have a couple of other things I want to talk about as well. So let me go down through here. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Patty says, Michigan, Maui? Tom, good decision. Yeah. It does get a little cold in Michigan. Yeah. I actually moved here from Oklahoma, though. So I lived in Michigan for about 5 years, and then I moved back to Oklahoma and then ended up in Maui. Let's see. Doug says... So Doug says, look, Doug said, I did a post to my personal Facebook page and said that I was going to help out small businesses get going again. And if anyone knew someone who needed help, to let me know. It's amazing how many people are wanting to help their friends right now by passing your name out. Absolutely, Dave. Bingo. We actually talked about this on the AGM coaching call. What is today? Oh my gosh, I just saw a story that we forget what day of the week it is, like 5 times a week right now. It's Friday. So we did that call on Wednesday. So one of the things that we were talking about during that coaching call, which I think is good for everybody to remember, is that right now people do want to help out, right? And this help local, this support local, buy local, it's really a trending thing right now, right? Because we need it. Our local businesses need help. They need our support. So people are really getting behind this. I've been noticing more and more, help local, support local advertising coming on TV. And so we want to be a part of that trend. We want to be a part of that process to help people. So if you're a digital marketer in your community, you should embrace that mission and dive in with both feet to help out, and then let everybody know that you're diving into that mission. And the way we talk about it with AGM is like, hey, look, we realize people need help. Like, don't try to present yourself as this big faceless agency, or try to portray yourself as a corporate entity. Like, get real with people, get out there, let them see your face, let them know that you're local, that you live in the area, let them know that you're doing this. Just like Doug says, like, hey, what is it that Liam Neeson says in those movies? I have a certain set of skills, right? You have a certain set of skills that are extremely valuable right now. So you want to let people know that you're bringing those skills to the table. Like, hey, I have skills to help businesses get more customers in online. I'm doing that. I'm putting together this resource site to help the businesses because they really need our support. You guys should support us so we can support them, right? Like, get behind the mission, be real. We also talked about that on your actual websites, like, putting a picture of you in the local area, letting people know who you are. Like, hey, like on my side, I would put, our founder, Tom Gaddis, moved to Maui in 2010 with his wife and 2 kids. Once they got here, they fell in love with it. It's been a great place to raise their family. They live in Kihei with their grumpy dog Patches. Like, I would do things like that, things that humanize us, right? That make us real, that really make us somebody in the local community that people can connect with. So Doug, right on, man. Let's see. Patty, yes, you still can get into the Shark Alliance. We have a couple of different levels. I know Cameron's going to get you taken care of there. I'm going through the comments here. Alistair said, go for page 2 and 3. Easier to bet them to get them to page 1. Oh, Alistair, that's awesome advice. So what Alistair is talking about here is, the client he's working with, they're number 10 on page 1, right? But the really good people to target are the people that are showing up on page 2 and page 3. Because again, they have some traction. It's probably going to take much to get them to page 1, but they're stuck on page 2. So great advice, Alistair. Oh, Ron, I did not. Ron said, Tom Gass, you didn't mention that I can now leave my house. You didn't. I can't live. Well, so here's what's going on in Hawaii right now. I don't know where it's at with you guys, but here in Hawaii, starting tomorrow, the beaches are going to be open again. So we can actually go and, like, right now you can go to the beaches, but you can't stay stationary. You have to either be walking, exercising, or swimming. And starting tomorrow, you can go to the beaches and be stationary. So my wife is super excited. She can't wait to get the kids to the beach. Zach says, by the way, Tom, I'm trying a new strategy for my website team, trying to upgrade my existing websites to a more professional looking website so my team can ask more for the designing. Great idea, Zach. Zach, if you guys don't see Zach posting in the group, like, this guy could get a shout out every week. He's like super out there taking action, getting clients. So awesome. Jacqueline says, Tom, I'm following your advice and 75% through updating my about page. Awesome, Jacqueline. Awesome. Let's see. Ron says the beaches are still locked down where he's at, but he doesn't care, too much work to do. Awesome. So a couple of things. Why don't we do our what we're reading? Let's do that. And then we'll open up for some Q&A. And here we go. So as you guys know, every week we do a section on what Tom and Nick are reading. And we list the books on our website. You go to offlinesharks.com/books. And you can find them all listed there. All the ones we've recommended in past episodes. And the one that we're going to recommend today is on there as well. And this is another book from one of my favorite authors. Like, I think anything this guy puts out, you should read, because I've gotten a ton of it's real world advice. That's the thing. There's no sugarcoating, anything like that. It's super big. But this is a new book from Dan Kennedy, and it's also with Lee Miltier, and the foreword by Adam Whitty. So Adam Whitty is the guy who took over GKIC, right? And this book is called Renegade Millionaire: 7 Secrets to Extreme Wealth, Autonomy, and Entrepreneurial Success. And you can see it's a small book, right? It's kind of a small book, and it's not very thick. So it's a really quick read. Pardon me. And what I really, so this is a book about strategy. Okay. You're not going to find a lot of tactics in here. But there are these 7 secrets, which are really, really great. Like, this is a quick read. I read this in one night. But it's really super easy to read, but a couple of things in here that are really great. They obviously talk about their idea, the Renegade Millionaire, but the secret number 1 is the power of organized effort, which I see a lot of people struggle with this, right? Secret 2, maximize money. Secret 3, the power of big ideas. Secret 4 is take control of your time, your business, and your life. And secret 5 is accurate thinking, something that I think a lot of people don't realize. Like, accurate thinking is about, really about seeing things for the way they are. not the way we want them to be, right? And to have accurate thinking, we have to really look honestly and hard at our actions, our behaviors, our business, and then we have to be very realistic about how other people are going to behave. So it's really something that not enough people talk about, right? Everybody, I think, kind of tries to sugarcoat it, but what Dan says in here is really great. And then let me see, what are the other secrets? Let's see. So there's accurate thinking, creating a competition-free zone. Secret 7 is invent less, implement more. And chapter 10 is ready to spit in the eye of the witch. So really good book, really great read. It'll get you inspired. It'll give you a lot of good ideas, things you should be doing. And yeah, again, it's Dan's latest book. I think they put this together. They actually put this together from some talks that Dan and Lee did, and then they edited them together in a book. And actually interviewed Jack Turk, who's a copywriter who actually did this, helped them put this out. And you'll get to hear him on my podcast here probably next season. So that episode's in the bag. So awesome. So Renegade Millionaire, great book. Check it out. And why don't, let me go back to the comments here. And let's see. Alistair said, got words, but no live action. I don't know what you mean. Jacqueline said Renegade was MI5's code name for Barack Obama. That's good to know. Patty says, I'm a huge Dan Kennedy fan. He has a Dan on a Bull bobblehead on my nightstand. So this is, so yeah, it's interesting you missed about this, about Dan passing away. So he did not. So the word got, so he was really sick. He was in hospice and everyone thought that he was going to pass away. And some people even started saying online that he had passed away, but he hadn't, and he hasn't. He got out of hospice and he's back working. It's amazing. So he actually is starting to do live broadcasts and stuff again with they still have GKIC, but they also call it Dan Kennedy's Magnetic Marketing, Adam Whitty. And so they launched a thing like with like this kind of like Netflix for entrepreneurs where you can watch all these different business talks, and Dan's doing some stuff on there and things like that. So he's still alive. Yeah. So really great to hear that. Tex says, do you mean that you're holding out on our podcast? No, so that I have a bunch in the works, right? Like I've been interviewing people and they're just not released yet. So, if you haven't checked out this week's podcast, I interviewed a guy named Tom Matson, and Tom is a master at creating high ticket offers, and you should definitely check him out. Really smart guy, really great stuff on the podcast. He dropped a lot of golden nuggets on there. I'll check that book out, Mike. Yes. Let's see. All right. Awesome. Cool. So let me, what do we want to do? Let's do our member of the week. So hold on. Anybody have any ideas who the member of the week is? Any guesses? Any of you people that are going around? Maybe you see. Sorry, I've had a little bit of a dry throat this morning. Cool. Let's see. Let me see if anybody has any guesses. I don't think I have a member of the week banner. Hold on. Oh, let me make a member of the week banner. All right, let's do this next. Then we'll do our question and answer. Here's our member of the week. And oh, that's awesome. Hold on, let me all right. So our member of the week. Let me share my screen. So look, we finally got our oh, I don't want to sign in. Finally got our member of the week graphic. I love the little stars you added there. Shishan, that's awesome. So our member of the week, can I get a drum roll? Our member of the week goes to Alistair Norburn. Alistair, congratulations. You are our member of the week. Sweet. Hold on, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can get you in there. Yep, Alistair Norburn. So Alistair, we've got a special gift for you. Cameron, what should we send to Alistair for member of the week? Let's send him some Offline Shark swag. So Alistair, why don't you, if you can look for somebody from our team to reach out to you, and if you head over to our website, so if you go over to offlinesharks.com/merchandise, you'll see all the different options we have. Just tell them what you want, what size and everything, and we'll get you a shirt for a member of the week. Now, they do take a little while, just so you guys know, because it's like a print on demand type thing. So it does take a little while to get them. So just be patient. Cool. So that's our member of the week. All right. Let's open up to some Q&A. So what do you guys want to know about? Let me find my question and answer button. There we go. Okay, all right. We're going to fire back up here into the questions. So, cool. Lots of congratulations to you. I see in the comments, Alistair. Let's see. Awesome. Lots of congratulations. Alistair, so we pick our member of the week based on interaction in the Facebook group, the value we see people bring into the Facebook group. So congratulations, man. Love it. Steven says, is there a way to curate content to our blog pages using a WordPress plugin that's compatible with the Shark theme? Steven, that is a great question, and I do not have a suggestion for you. Any theme that you find, like we try to make our themes so that they're compatible, but we don't really curate content for our blog posts, right? Like we have a content writer, right? So we hire somebody to actually write content for us. We don't curate it for various things. So I don't really have a good answer for that because it's not something we do. If anybody else has maybe a suggestion for Steven, let him know in the comments, because I don't know of anything. Cameron, maybe you do. Let's see. Wow, so Rob has been prospecting for his AGM site, and he's come across, restaurant owners that there's a language barrier, like English isn't their main language, and so he has a great tip. One of the things he's doing is he wrote up his introduction, and then he runs it through Google Translator, and then he's able to show that to them. So awesome, Rob. Lots of congratulations to Alistair. Doug, yes. I guess somebody was asking about the podcast. So yeah, you can check out the podcast at tomgaddis.com. Make sure you subscribe. And if any of you guys can do me a favor, I would really appreciate it if you could go on iTunes and rate it and leave a review. That'd really help me out. So Patty says, working on restaurant masks with logos on them for restaurants to sell. Hey, that's a great idea, Patty. So Patty said she's working on restaurant masks with the restaurant's logos on them so they can sell them to customers for safety and a commercial. You can buy them in bulk for $3 to $5 each. That's a great idea, Patty. Cameron, make a note about that. We need to make sure we tell Nick about that idea. Let's see. Doran had a recommendation for you, Stephen, in the comments there. Let's see. What else we got here? I'm looking. Yeah, Carl. So if you head over to my website, tomgaddis.com, you'll see the podcast and all the stuff there. Rob says, how many premium listings are your VAs getting in the restaurant niche per hour or day? So Rob, there's a couple things here, right? So one is currently we are not selling the premium listings, right? So pre-COVID, we had a process where we would give everybody a free basic listing. We'd reach out to them, and on that call, we would offer to upgrade them to a premium listing, right? That's one of the things we did. When COVID and the shutdown hit, we stopped doing that. We're just giving away the premium listings. And the reason why, right, is because we're building a list. And the list is super valuable, okay? And actually, I was just... So I did this interview for the podcast this morning. I jumped on the mastermind call, and then I had to jump on the phone with one of our private coaching students. And we were actually just talking about this very thing. And one of the things that I was telling her is that what we're doing here is building a list of business owners, and the list is the valuable asset, right? So we're okay. Even if we reach out to businesses and we don't sell anything in our initial conversation, we're perfectly okay with that because we're building a list, right? We're getting their email address and then we're starting to email them. So one thing is we're not selling the premium listings. We're just giving them away, and we're good with that because we're building a list. Our goal is at the end of all this, we're going to have, like right now for restaurants, which is or what you asked about, our VAs, gosh, I don't even know how many they were signing up per day, but we started filling that site in on March 21st, right? And we've contacted every restaurant on Maui. So there's no one left for us to contact. If they're open, they're on our site. We've contacted them all. And that's like 300 restaurants. So, we've maxed out, like there's nobody else for us to contact. So now we have some other things in the works that we're doing with that, right? But think about that for a second. March 21st to now, we now have 300 restaurant owners that know us, know what we're doing, know about our site, have a listing that we put together with them. So we've delivered some value, and we've been emailing them. So we have that 7-day follow-up sequence that you get inside the AGM training, right? So we use that, and we've been continuing to email them and build a relationship. So 300 businesses that we can now, and like we've been talking to them about our other services and what we do, and we've picked up clients along the way. So I guess, again, what I'm trying to get at with all of this is that we have to think long game, not short game. So right now in the current environment, what you want to be doing is you want to be building a list. That is your most important, valuable asset. And it ties back in to what we talked about at the top of the show, getting behind this buy local, shop local movement, right? Like right now, there's a great opportunity to build a list because people really want to help. Just like you heard one of our sharks say in the comments earlier, like he just said he was helping local businesses and people started sharing because people want to help. Right now is a really good time because people are open to it. So, if you're doing AGM, we think the way we're doing it is the way to go. Give away the listings, build the email list. If you're not doing AGM, that's okay, but that's what you should be doing. You should be getting a list so that you can continue to contact. Because right now, people are willing to give you that information because they want to do the shop local, buy local thing. So So I hope that answers your question there, Rob. Jebediah. Oh my gosh. I can't even post that question on there. Jebediah, I don't know the answers to those kinds of questions. Hold on. Let me find something. Where did we go? Let's see. I saw. So Allison says she's selling the mass and then a portion goes to the restaurant. Great structure. Mike says, how would you go about getting your AGM site to rank on Google? So, Mike, like right now, we're not focused on that, right? Like it's not really about getting it ranked on Google. It's about building the list. So I know as marketers, like we want to think about traffic. We want to think about rankings. Like we have all these things like, oh yeah, that's it. But like what's really important, the really valuable asset is the list. The list is the valuable asset, not where and ranking in Google is just a way to build that list, right? So first, before I ever worried about ranking my site in Google, I would want to make sure that I'm building my list as efficiently as possible without that. So the first thing I would do is make sure that I'm reaching out to businesses every day, that I'm building a list, that I'm adding names to my list. I've got that process set up, right? So I have a process to reach out, get the information, add them to the list, and start them in the email sequences. So are you doing all that? If you have all of that dialed in and that's just chugging along, then I would start looking at doing SEO to my AGM site. But until you like that first part, like you don't need the SEO to do that first part. Like you can build the list without ranking in Google, without even having a single visitor to your AGM site. Like you have your businesses load on there, you just start reaching out. So I would do that. So now that being said, obviously like setting up backlinks and citations, like if you want to get ranked, I would be writing blog posts, right? Delivering value to the people that visit the site. So, putting blog posts on there, if you identify your keywords, adding blog posts, once a week, every other week, once a month, however you want to do that, but adding fresh content to your site, right? Also, I'd be doing the things that we talk about in AGM, which is like finding local Facebook groups, letting people know what I'm doing so we get visitors to the site. And that will help you get traffic, right? And we'll start to get you indexed and things like that. But I wouldn't worry too much about actually ranking, right? Like, I mean, that's a long-term down the road strategy. Like if you follow the process like we lay out, like if you just start trying to get some activity by posting and getting people to see your site and adding businesses and building an email list so that, within a couple of weeks, you have a list of 300 businesses that you're communicating via email, like you're communicating with them, you're delivering value, like you'll be able to turn those into paying clients. Like not all of them, but some of them you're going to be able to turn into paying clients. And now you have cash flow. And when you have cash flow, you can set some of that money aside to do SEO. So I know that's kind of a roundabout answer, but I hope that answered your question, Mike. So let's see. Jocelyn says, can we add image or icons per restaurant's niche? So Jocelyn, this is actually a feature that we are working on right now. So I think I saw this morning the developers sent us all the info. We just have to test it and check it out. But we're rolling out icons for the listings. So that's coming. So hang tight. Hey, Cameron, by the way, do we have a link for the feature request? Like, is that something we can drop in the links on here? Or are we still setting that up? Jebediah, you're cracking me up. Rob said, I'm glad you mentioned this. I was debating what to do. Cool, Rob. Let's see. Let's look at Brad. Brad says, I'm thinking this will drive more consumer traffic to the site with the more complete site by giving them premium listings and I'm including 1 coupon per month for each premium business. Great idea, Brad. Great idea. Doug, what percentage of the lists you are building are buying something from you after the initial conversation? Doug, I don't have the exact percentages off the top of my head, but I mean we've landed more than 5 clients I know, and most of those are over $1,000 clients. So again, I think we sometimes as entrepreneurs can focus on the wrong stacks. Like, who cares what the percentage is if you're landing clients and you're making 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 per deal? Like, I think like we deal with like, are we getting clients? Are the clients paying us? And are we adding them to our business? Right. So, I mean, obviously you want things to convert as well as possible and all that stuff, but don't get too wrapped up in that. Like, I guarantee you there's a lot of people on this live right now that if you added 5 clients at $1,000 a month, it would drastically change your situation, right? Like, drastically change it. So, but I can probably track down those exact numbers for you. Lecture Drago says, so Latara, I'm not sure if what you're asking, like who's paying. So we're giving away the free listings and we're building an email list of those businesses. We add them to an autoresponder. Then we have an email follow-up sequence that goes out that talks about, we're delivering value. We're giving them tips on things they can be doing in the current environment. We have a little PDF that the restaurant owners get. And then in those emails, we talk about the other services we offer, like SEO, social media management, website design. And so, yeah, so we're picking up clients for social media management. We also have a couple SEO clients we picked up, some website redesigns. And we just started getting some, letting people know that we were probably going to do a direct mailer to get the word out that they're open. So I know we had one client that reached out to us about that. So that person came in as well. Alistair, we get this question all the time. And like, here's the deal. Again, like if you look at what we're doing, like look at our strategy. We're not asking them to give us money. We're giving them the premium listing. That's the whole idea behind the restaurant site, right? That's why they don't ask about traffic. That's why they don't ask those things, because we're not charging them. We're giving it away. But our We Deliver site with its 300 restaurants on it, like we get traffic on that site. I want to show you this because I think we can't like point this out enough to you guys. Okay. Because everybody always asks about this. Like, and again, it's not about our goal always is to land paying clients. That is always our goal, right? That's always our goal. So for a long time, I had an influencer site that got hardly any traffic at all. Like it got hardly any traffic. And yet I was still able to use it to close client after client to get them in. And I did it the exact same way we teach you. I gave them a free listing. I would use the premium listings instead of selling them. I would package them in to sweeten the deal for other services, like we talk about on the training. That site didn't get hardly any traffic at all in the beginning for a long time, and yet I was closing clients. So when people would say to me like, yeah, but what do you do for traffic? I'm like, I don't care about traffic. I'm getting clients. That's what matters, right? Like the clients are what I'm doing. It's a prospecting system. It's a foot in the door, right? Like if I can use it to bring clients in, I don't care whether it gets traffic or not. Like I want the clients and I want clients paying me money. So that being said, let me show you something because I think this is important. And we show this on the training when we do AGM, but I want to show you guys this again, just so you know. So look, I'm going to share my screen again. So here is our We Deliver Maui site. Now, again, remember, we started this site on March 21st, okay? March 21st. And here's the last 30 days. So I'm going to set a custom date range. So let me go back to when we started. Actually, let's go back to March. Oh, not April 1st. Let's go back to, here we go. Well, it's not doing it. Hold on, let me see if I can change it here. Well, it's not going to let me do that. I don't know why it's not letting me set a custom date range. So let's see, let's pick the 15th. And then let's pick March 1st. Huh. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Anyway, well, I'm going to show you this. But look, okay, so we have done no SEO to this site. We weren't running ads. Like this is what I want to illustrate to you guys. This site did not exist before March 21st, right? This is not an old site. This is a brand new site. We set the site up. We added some businesses to it. We made some posts in some local Facebook groups, and we started just letting people knowing the site was here. We immediately started reaching out to restaurants, getting their emails and adding them to a list. All before, I mean, like there's no traffic, there's no anything. We just did it, right? And now look at where we're sitting with our sessions and page views today. Like it's just strict guerrilla marketing. Like we didn't have to do SEO. We didn't have to run paid traffic. Like if somebody were to ask us, like, how much traffic does your site get? Like I could show them this and they'd be like, oh, that's impressive. You know what I mean? Like it works out if you invest the time in just doing what we're showing you to do, right? Like start reaching out to add businesses to your We Deliver site or your AGM site. Start prospecting. Don't worry so much about traffic and all that stuff. Like focus on the value, which is building the list. So get that all set up so that when you reach out to somebody, you can get their email address and you can add it to a list. Have a follow-up sequence to go out to them. Just start that process. Just do that. If you just do the process, like if you had just done this process starting on March 21st, I bet your site would be doing just as well, if not better. Like there's no, like we didn't do anything special, right? We just did it. So you got to like really like get in your head what's really valuable. The email lists and getting paying clients. Forget about all the other stuff. If you just follow the process, it works. You'll get paying clients. When you get paying clients, you have cash flow, and then you can do all kinds of other stuff to your site. We just started another site from the ground up, and we're doing this. This is exactly what I'm saying is exactly what we're doing. We built the site. We've added businesses. We have people right now calling the business owners to get their emails to build a list. Our goal is to have the biggest list of Hawaii businesses that we can by the end of this. And then we're going to monetize after that. So let's see. Rob Smith says, do you set them up first or have them set up a free account so they have login information? Then you set up the premium account. Rob, again, we don't really worry about that. Like we're just setting up the premium listings for them. So we call, we verify, we have somebody on our team set them up. So we don't worry about them being able to log in. We don't worry about any of that stuff. We just set it up for them. Let's see. Cameron, can you go through and make sure that we're deleting some of these comments that, I don't know, we have somebody in the comments that's decided they want to try to break into stand-up comedy on our shark show. If they keep posting things off comment, Cameron, let's just block them and knock them out. Knock them out of the Facebook Live, not literally knock them out. Okay, so let's see. Joy said the SER webinar was great. Awesome. Bill says, certainly you can charge a setup for an AGM listing, or you can use the listing as a foot in the door or a closing tool. Yes. Yeah. So Bill, yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about before. So one of the things pre-COVID-19 that I used to do is like I had my listings valued at 247, right? So whenever I was talking to them about another service, I would say, look, if you want to jump in today, I'll throw in a free premium listing. A $247 value, no charge if you sign up today. And that was enough to put people over the fence. So again, even in the beginning, I know a lot of people look at AGM and they want to sell the listings because that really appeals to them. They think, oh, I don't really have to do anything. I could just sell listings. I could make a bunch of money. I don't really have to do any work. And that's not the reality. If you're going to sell listings and you're going to charge a lot of money for them, then you're going to have to get your site to, like, people are going to ask you if you're charging $1,000 for a premium listing, somebody's going to ask you how much traffic your site gets, right? Like, of course they will, because they're paying $1,000, right? Like, so if you're going to do that, like, you're going to have to generate traction and traffic. But if you do it our way, you can make just as much money, if not more, and you can build up the activity over time. Like, think about this too. When we come out of this, like, we've got this We Deliver site, 300 restaurants on it, right? 300 restaurants. So if we start expanding that site in some way and we start going to business owners and we want to charge money for listings, like we decide to add something else, like let's say we decide to add grocery delivery or something like that, we could go to those people and we could charge money and show that them paying that would bring them value because we have all the things that we're talking about right now, traffic stats, all that stuff to back it up, because we followed the process in the beginning, right? All right, I'm off of that. I guess. Let's see. What plugins are you using to get the AGM website traffic up? So Mike, great question. So that is a plugin called Monster Insights. They have a free version and a paid version. Let's see. Bonus them up. That's right, Dorn. Gabriel, I did sign up for the podcast magazine. Thank you for that recommendation. I did. Jeff says, when you set them up, do they send you photos and logo, or do you pull from their site? So Jeff, that's really up to you. Like, we just kind of pull some things from their site just because we're, like, we don't want to get wrapped up in all this back and forth. But if you want to ask them to send you something, you could do that. Yeah, awesome. So guys, one of the things that I want to mention, I mentioned this earlier, and we have a training happening tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And we have a special, you guys are going to love it. So if you're not signed up for that yet, I know we've been sending out some emails about it, but you guys won't want to miss this. It especially ties into what we're doing with restaurants. It is independent of the Agency Growth Machine. So like, if you're not doing Agency Growth Machine right now, but you're looking for a way that you could help local restaurants and get in on that position, right? Like, we've seen a lot of our sharks, as you saw in all the shout outs we had today and things like that. Targeting restaurants has been really beneficial. It's been a great way for them to get clients, and they've been hyper responsive and been able to close deals. So if you want to be able to target that market, but you don't necessarily want to do Agency Growth Machine, what we're going to show you tomorrow is you can do it on its own, right? Like, it's about restaurants. It will help the restaurants, but you don't have to have Agency Growth Machine to make it work. You can do it it's a standalone thing. However, if you have Agency Growth Machine, it is an incredible addition to that. And one of the things that we're doing, again, to monetize on the back end, right? So you'll want to sign up to this training. Go over to offlinesharks.com/predictable, and you'll get all set up there. So awesome. Well, guys, man, we started this and I thought it's so hard to do these when Nick's not here, because you're worried. You're like, oh, what am I going to talk about for an hour? And you guys are so great because you ask so many great questions. It's like, it makes it really easy to talk. So let me see. Let's see. Let me look at some questions here. Yes, Rob Smith says, I was thinking about offering, oh, here we go. Rob says, I was thinking about offering printing 500 business cards for like $30 for premium listings. No design, just printing. More value to be on the website. I'm not making anything on the printing, just giving value, and thank you for being on the card. Rob, man, I think that's a great idea. Any little things you can do like that. A couple of other things that are great too, Rob, is like maybe think about like another way to bring value to the restaurant owner. Like, so a business card is a great idea, but maybe you could also print up business cards that ask customers to leave a review. So it can have the restaurant's logo on it and then maybe just a link where they could leave a review. Then maybe you could, that might, and show off your marketing skills, right? Patty says, I believe so, Patty. I believe so. It's so funny because one of the things that I was, thanks, Julie. Flattery will get you everywhere. Patty, it's interesting because one of the things I was reading in this Renegade Millionaire book, in one of the chapters, they talk about restaurants. And that's why that idea of the list is so important, was fresh in my mind, because they were talking about, what business are you really in? And we're really in the marketing business. And what's the valuable asset, right? For a restaurant owner, what's the valuable asset? Is it the food? Is it the building? No, the valuable asset are the names of their customers and a way to continually reach them, right? And so like if you had a way so that every person that walked into your restaurant gave you their name and email for maybe their birthday, right? Their birthday. Then you are able to reach out to those people around their birthday and say, hey, I know it's your birthday. Here's a coupon for $20 for you to come in. Like most people don't go to a restaurant by themselves, right? They bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like sometimes they bring a big group of people. So just doing some little thing like that. But the value there again is in the list, right? It's the list. And I don't know, this book really drove it home. So you'll see that if you pick that book up in there. Let's see. Yes, so the application, home services. Yeah, there you go. Like even doing something like that, Rob, like adding, getting them to do something that brings business back in would be really great. Well, awesome, guys. Look, boy, the hour flew by. I'm super excited you were all here on this live show. I really appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all your feedback. I hope I didn't get too crabby. I was thinking about the thinking about the right thing and the wrong thing, and I hope I didn't come across as too preachy. Like I just want you guys to see, like, a lot of times I know I'm really like super guilty of this. Like I am super guilty of getting wrapped up in all the things that I shouldn't, right? Like I really love, because I love marketing. I love the marketing aspect of it. So like I want to get really wrapped up in SEO, and I really want to get wrapped up in stats and percentages and conversion rates, and like all that stuff really interests me. But the more I'm in business and the more I go down this journey, I realize that while that stuff is important, like most of the time I put too much, like that stuff is important once you have a system and wheels turning and things chugging along. Like then you focus on those things to make what you're doing better. But like for me, I was focusing on all those things when I wasn't prospecting consistently. Like we got to get things done in order, right? So like you start prospecting consistently, reaching out to 5, 10, 15, 20 businesses a day. You do that every day for 6 months. As you're doing that, you're looking at your conversion numbers. You're looking at like, you're trying to get better. You're like, man, I'm reaching out to 20 businesses a day. I'm only getting one appointment. Like, how can I make that better? So then you start focusing on your conversion numbers. But the first step of that is to start reaching out to 20 business owners a day, right? You build this email list with your AGM site. You add these people to this. You start sending them the follow-up sequence. You start emailing them. You go, man, I've been emailing these people. I'm emailing them value, but nobody's reaching out to me. Like, what am I doing wrong? So you start figuring out how to do that. How can I get them to respond? How can I get them to reach out to me? What's something they would be interested in, right? Then you start getting perfecting, but you need to be emailing those people and have that list to be able to do all that stuff, right? So I hope you guys see how it all fits together. And, you know, in the end, the really valuable thing is the list. And now's a really great time to be building a list as an agency, because this buy local, shop local is really caught fire. It's huge, as it should be. And we are in a very good position, and you are too, because you have skills to help people do what they need to do. So guys, thanks again for showing up for today's live. I really enjoyed it. I got to go jump back on this. I got to go jump back on this mastermind, and I will see you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Make sure Vulcan Mind Meld. I love it. Make sure you go to offlinesharks.com/predictable and sign up for tomorrow's training, and we'll see you guys on there. Nick will be there with me. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Aloha, everybody. Stay safe.